Let's talk about a myth in the world of education. The superhero teacher. You know her. Maybe you are her. She stays late, grades into the night, brings home a tote bag full of papers each weekend, and somewhere in the midst of all that, she's trying to be present for her own family. This way of thinking, of working, it's ruining your chance to actually enjoy your teaching and your life. So we're going to spend some time discussing this and how to break this cycle. Hey friends, welcome to Enjoy Teaching Again, the podcast for teachers who love the work but need a little spark to bring the joy back. I'm your host, Elizabeth Peterson, classroom teacher, arts integration specialist, and passionate educator of over 25 years. If you're overwhelmed by behaviors, disengaged students, and long, exhausting days, you are not alone. But together, we can turn things around and you can teach with confidence and purpose again. So locate that cold coffee of yours, find your favorite pen, I know you have one, and let's dive in. It's time to get inspired and enjoy teaching again.
I said, I feel like a brand new teacher, and I've taught for a very long time. And I feel like a brand new teacher in the best sense of the word. The excitement, the joy, the enthusiasm, the looking at kids and saying, oh my gosh, look at just all of it. It came right back. It'll fire you up if you need any kind of spark to your teaching. This is going to do it for you. So I would encourage any teacher to look into this.
Wasn't what Doreen said absolutely amazing? For a veteran teacher to say that she feels like a brand new teacher, but in the best way possible, that kind of joy, that spark, that sense of purpose, it's real and it's possible. Today we're talking about burnout because it's something that so many teachers face. But right from the start, I want you to know this and hear me loud and clear. Burnout does not have to be the end of your story. So many teachers are feeling the burnout and thinking that this is how they have to end their career, even if that means surviving this feeling for the next 5 to 10 years. That is not the case. Even if you've been teaching for over 25 years, just like Doreen, you can make a change. You can beat the burnout. And yes, you can actually enjoy teaching again. Now, next week, little teaser here, I'll be sharing more of Doreen's powerful story with you, okay? I can't wait to do that. But right now, I want to make sure you're signed up for something that could be the start of your reset. It's called the Classroom Reset Challenge, and we are in it right now. Very soon, I'm going to be hosting 2 live 60-minute workshops where we're going to talk about 2 of the biggest things that teachers are dealing with: improving student behavior and eliminating teacher burnout. If you haven't registered yet, now's the time. Head to theinspiredclassroom.com/challenge. That's theinspiredclassroom.com/challenge. Yes, there's a link in the show notes. Yes, there's going to be replays. There's going to be door prizes and giveaways and all kinds of fun things, but you have to sign up, okay? This is the kind of shift that helped Doreen to rediscover her love for teaching, and I want you to experience that too. Now, I've seen it over and over. Amazing, dedicated teachers who give everything during the day, only to go home to their own children, their own families, their own personal lives, completely depleted. And they feel guilty for not doing more after school, or not grading enough, or not being more quote unquote put together. Now, those of you who know me would be surprised to learn that used to be me. I would bring home papers and grade them while my husband was watching the football game on Sunday. I would stay late to make sure that my room looked just the way it should for the following day. And I was often the first one in the building, prepping papers, making copies, and just trying to get through a seamlessly endless to-do list. Because let's face it, when you're running a classroom, there really is no end to what you actually can do inside your classroom. Am I right? But that's not how I do things now. I feel like we've been led to believe that the more you give, the better your teaching will be. that if you just stay a little later, plan a little longer, maybe tweak one more lesson, your students will get more out of it. That giving up your nights, weekends, or family time is just part of what makes you a good teacher, but that is not true. More sacrifice does not automatically mean more impact in the classroom. It often means more burnout. And when you're running on empty, even if it's for all the right reasons, it starts to chip away at your creativity, your connection, your clarity, not to mention your sanity. Now, here's what actually makes the biggest difference for your students. Ready? A teacher who is present, not just physically, but emotionally. A teacher who feels aligned with how they teach, not just buried under a pile of papers and lesson plans or reading out of a curriculum book. And a teacher who models balance and regulation and boundaries in a world that desperately needs those skills. You can care deeply about your students and still protect your time. You can want excellence without equating it to overextension of yourself. Listen, the best teachers are not the most tired. They're the most intentional. They're the ones who teach with purpose, not with the pressure. They build classroom cultures that work with them, not against them. They're not running themselves into the ground. They're running classrooms that are rooted in calm and creativity and connection. And those teachers, students, they're not just getting through the day. They're excited. They're engaged, right? They're enjoying their learning because you're enjoying your teaching. Now, that kind of teaching doesn't come from staying late and skipping lunch. You don't have to give more or sacrifice your time and energy to be better. You just have to teach in a way that honors your humanness so that you can inspire your students. So what's the way out of this hamster wheel? Well, I'm so glad you asked, because right now we're in the middle of my Classroom Reset Challenge, and this is exactly what we're talking about together. I'm hosting 2 live workshops. They're 60 minutes each, one on October 21st, one on the 22nd. One of those focuses on improving student behavior, and the other is all about eliminating burnout. Yes, eliminating burnout, not just coping with it. There are also going to be fun door prizes, creative bonuses, and giveaways throughout the challenge. And if you can't make it live, don't worry. I also will be giving you replays, but only if you sign up. So make sure you do, okay? theinspiredclassroom.com/challenge. But let me give you a little hint about what we're digging into, okay? The answer to burnout isn't doing more, it's doing things differently. It's choosing strategies that make your classroom more responsive and engaging and more joyful for you and for your students. It's creativity. It's utilizing the arts. It's teaching with intention instead of just following a script. When you start to infuse your days with connection and self-expression, with creativity, with supporting students' social, emotional growth, everything's going to start to shift. Your classroom becomes calmer, your students are more engaged, and you start to enjoy teaching again. That's what this is really all about, okay? And it doesn't have to be with you staying until 4 o'clock, 5:30 every night, or sacrifice your weekends to prep. Nope. This is exactly what Doreen experienced and what so many teachers that I've coached with have shared with me over the years. So if you're ready to feel that spark again and reconnect with the kind of teaching that actually lights you up, go register, theinspiredclassroom.com/challenge. It's free and it is built for you. You don't have to push harder. You just have to do a reset. And I can't wait to walk you through it inside the challenge. All right, I'll see you in there. I hope this episode inspired you, encouraged you, or gave you a fresh idea to try. And if so, I would love for you to take a screenshot and text it to one of your teaching buddies. I'm so grateful that you landed here with me today, and it would mean the world to me if you would leave me a review over on Apple Podcast. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll catch you on the next episode. This is Elizabeth Peterson reminding you to get inspired so you can be inspiring to your students and enjoy teaching again.